Ladies and gentlemen, there is something I've consistently maintained on this platform, that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happen out of the mere coincidence. Earlier today, Raila Odinga and William Ruto met at State House in Mombasa. And there were some protocol breaches there. Professor Kithure Kindiki, who is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, spoke before Raila Odinga and then handed over the microphone to Raila Odinga, who then handed over and invited the President to speak. In an ordinary circumstance, the protocol would have been that Kindiki invites Raila Odinga, then probably Raila Odinga returns back the microphone to Kindiki, and then Kindiki inviting the President. That was not a coincidence. It was actually designed to achieve certain political objectives. Let us listen in briefly to Kindiki handing over the microphone to Raila Odinga, and then Raila Odinga handing over the microphone to William Ruto, because for me, that is a big political statement.
So, Your Excellency, I just want to take this opportunity just to thank you, and also to thank Prime Minister Raila Odinga for the continued collaboration during our quest as a country for the leadership of the African Union Commission. And even if that activity did not bring us success, we are very grateful, because it has solidified our unity, profiled our country well, and today Africa knows that Kenya is a strong nation, and Kenya has a big contribution to make for the success of Africa. So, Your Excellency, my task this morning is just to maybe invite the two of you to make some remarks as you may find necessary, so that you can help us navigate the future going forward. And without much ado, I want to invite the Prime Minister to make a few comments, and after he finishes, he can invite you to make your comments, Your Excellency. Welcome, Prime Minister Raila Odinga.
I will be talking again. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you guys might think that's a very small matter. It is not a small matter. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to reveal to you guys the objectives why that protocol had to be breached. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find in any other place. That's why I'm talking about this, and I'm 100% sure you might not find it any other place. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to dive in, because time is not on our side. I want to dive in straight to the objectives. Number one, there is a clear strategy by William Ruto to elevate Raila Odinga above Musalia Mudavadi and Professor Kithure Kindiki. The truth of the matter is that moving forward, Raila Odinga is going to work very closely with William Samoei Arap Ruto. And the truth is, there is also this talk about the office of the Prime Minister. Already we have the broad-based government, and Raila Odinga has already seconded some experts, 5 of them, in William Ruto's government. Today, if you are keen, let me just take you through this. If you are keen, you should have noted in the meeting, there was Raila and Ruto. You can notice that circled thing there. That's a document, which means some agreement was signed there. Then in the next photo, you can see Gladys Wanga and Cecilia Mbarire. Those are the chairpersons of the two parties, which means this event was a political event. And then down there, you can also see Paul Mwangi sandwiched between Raila and Ruto. Paul Mwangi is Raila Odinga's legal advisor. So which means in that agreement, Raila Odinga is coming way ahead of Professor Kithure Kindiki. In the current political setup, or in the current Kenya Kwanza government, we have the president, the deputy president, and the prime cabinet secretary. So automatically, Raila Odinga has been elevated or is being elevated beyond or above Kindiki and Musalia Mudavadi. That's why Kindiki graciously handed over the microphone to him and then went and sat down. Number two, and this is going to come out clearly in the next few days or weeks, Raila Odinga is going to have a kind of an arrangement with Ruto similar to what he had with Kibaki during the Nusu Mkate. And that's why I took serious interest in what one member of parliament from Kisii, Manduku, stated some times back, that ODM party would demand half of the government. Half of the government would mean Raila Odinga sharing power with William Ruto in a structured manner. And because of that structured manner, it means Raila Odinga is going to be, William Ruto is going to be more powerful than him, but Raila is going to be just next after him. And these are the communication which are being relayed to Kenyans, without Kenyans knowing, through this kind of encounters. Number three, I also tend to think that Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki is a good student of Robert Greene's. And if you read the 48 laws of power, law number 1 is always very clear, that you should never outshine the master. In this case, the master is William Ruto. And in William Ruto's own wisdom, he decided to invite Raila Odinga as his guest. In that case, what Kindiki is doing is that he's trying so hard not to outshine William Ruto and his guest. Basically, according to that law, what you need to do is that you need to make your boss feel comfortable. I doubt if Rigathi Gachagua would have allowed that to happen. I doubt. Rigathi Gachagua probably would have figured out the best way to take over the microphone from Raila Odinga and hand over to William Samoei Arap Ruto. So those are the realities in politics. So I want to say Kindiki might appear to be stupid, but he's a very bright guy. He understands the game. He has studied the mistakes Rigathi Gachagua committed. He also worked with William Ruto during Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, and he understood the mistakes William Ruto committed. So he's navigating the murky environment of political situation in the country with a lot of care. Number 4, and this has always been said before, that Raila Odinga is always comfortable around power. So I think maybe William Ruto and his team have realized that, of course, they need Raila Odinga. William Ruto cannot govern the country minus Raila Odinga, because, of course, Rigathi Gachagua is out of the picture now, and Rigathi Gachagua has gone with his people, which means William Ruto is now exposed and is vulnerable. But William Ruto understands one thing, that Raila Odinga must appear to be very powerful. He must be made comfortable. How do you make Raila Odinga comfortable? Very soon we'll start seeing Raila Odinga walking on a red carpet. Very soon we'll start seeing Raila Odinga being given government vehicles. All these are intended to make Raila Odinga feel comfortable. And that comfort is what William Ruto wants. Because when Raila Odinga is in comfort zone, he's not dangerous. Raila Odinga is always very dangerous when he is cornered. For example, Raila Odinga was defeated at the AU, and if he had come into the country and William Ruto misbehaved, he would be in a very tight corner. Then in that situation, Raila Odinga becomes lethal. Right now, he's comfortable. And lastly, I think this was a political event. And political events are handled politically. I'll be waiting for the next national event to see whether, of course, if Raila Odinga would attend, to see whether Kindiki would hand over the microphone to Raila Odinga. Previously, we used to see during Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, when William Ruto would not allow himself to hand over the microphone to Raila. What he would do, he would stick to the protocol and then hand over the microphone to Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta would then break that protocol by inviting Raila Odinga to speak. Then Raila Odinga would then go further now to invite Kalonzo and his allies to speak. They were clearly breaking the protocol. But for William Ruto at that time, he was very clear that I'm the deputy president, I speak, then hand over the mic. In an ordinary circumstance, what Ruto would have done, he would have invited Raila, then blah, 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 then Raila hands over microphone to him, then he would conclude. But William Ruto understands the game and he never allowed such. So I think because this was a political event, there was no need for Kindiki to insist on following the protocol. Let us wait and see how all these things are going to unfold. Because Kindiki would have found himself in an awkward situation where his principals are sitting, exchanging documents, then he appears in the middle of them. That he speaks, Raila speaks, then he speaks. It would have been an awkward situation, politically speaking. So ladies and gentlemen, let us wait and see how all these things are going to pan out moving forward. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny, and I hope you've enjoyed this video up to this stage. If you've enjoyed this video up to this stage, please let me know in the comment section. Again, I know most of you guys always watch these videos, but are not yet subscribed. So the best thing you can do in this situation, just confirm if you have subscribed. If not, subscription is free. Just press that subscribe button now. If you have not, please do it now. If you have, I want to thank you. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.